Hi, welcome to Ref Lounge Part 2. We're going to start off with Liverpool and Watford, and this was refereed by Andre Mariner, and there's only a couple of things actually on here to speak about, but what we want to do is talk about a couple of positives. Now we're going to go into VAR on there, and we've got some great advice for some grassroots referees on here. The first thing was the advantage that Andre made when Salah was being clearly fouled, clearly impeded. And then he is just about to blow when there's a distance. I'm going to use the word majestic. It goes over. Firmino's running onto it, and there is Andre Mariner saying, "Have it all day long."
This is his style. I mean, he's built it up over a long time. He's a confident official. He respects the players. They give him a lot of respect, and it gives them a freedom. It gives him a freedom of being able to apply advantage.
Yeah, he's so good and experienced. And there's also the bit where he goes 50-60 metre sprint with Salah, which I don't recommend to anyone because you ain't going to win.
No.
But he doesn't follow the ball. He goes for the angle.
Yeah.
And that's thing, to give up the ground, to get the angle so he's got a side on view. Again, that's experience.
Look, Salah's running at 7 metres per second. That's a huge sprint. And more now, the game has changed from endurance into explosive sprinting. And as a result, referees at grassroots level, to prepare to get to this level, ought to be under a running club, their local athletic club, get in there, see a sprint coach and start training to get that acceleration straight from a standing start. Because the body shape in refereeing is vertical as against sloping. So lots of points on that.
The other one was Howard Webb in the MLS. What he's brought in now is a visual to do with this. Now Peter Walton correctly mentions this on TalkSport last week, and it was a great interview. So if anyone wants to listen to it, they need to get on there and listen to it. Because what he's saying is why can't we just be visual? It wasn't about the technology, it was about being visual. So we've got two big VARs. Now, this must have took 5 minutes combined.
Yeah, absolutely, too long.
I can see that that's offside.
And the VAR assistant referee can see that's offside. He's got that level of
skill. Just give it. Get on with it.
What's slowing it up is the lines.
And all the...
They're playing around. They're playing mechanics, I think. And I think... Until we're satisfied, until the public are satisfied that this technology here is as good as goal line technology, then fine. Because look, we don't have the interplay of a line being moved and all this nonsense when we're looking at goal line technology. They just say it's a goal or it's not a goal.
And it is.
Get there.
And
Offside,
you see
not
there,
offside.
that's the one that's onside. And why would you even doubt it? Why are we trying to rule out the goals? But that's a whole different debate. Okay, so we'll move on from there. Michael Oliver, he had the Manchester United Everton game, and literally there's one incident. So out of 90 minutes, we're only going to talk about one thing, and that is the what I'm going to say is a foul on De Gea. Although I do understand the fact of people saying you should get on the weights and stuff. But if I'm at a halfway line and someone goes up and they've got their arm over a face like that, I'm going to be giving the free kick. Okay? Based on that image. I'm going to use this image on here because I know you're going to nick part of the other image in a second. But based on that, then I would say on there. However, the Gea for me here has got to be stronger. That's why they say, come and take everybody.
Well, I'm not a goalkeeper coach, but I generally suggest to you that the tolerance level that referees have applied over the last 2-3 seasons in terms of grappling in and around the box creates this scenario. You're looking at that, I'm looking at this, because I'm saying, look, that could be penalised as well.
It is, and I mean he has got
all
one
there.
So
we don't know whether that's come into play with the VAR.
Okie dokie. So on that one, I'm saying no goal. You're saying goal.
And I'm saying well done, Michael Oliver, because I think he is a referee in form. He continues to be in form. Michael, don't get tired and lazy, because there were times in this game when he allowed it to drift a little bit. Look, I know you can read the game, but don't walk, run.
Stay focused throughout the 90 minutes. Okie dokie. Okay, so this is Peter Banks, Sheffield United, Aston Villa. There's a couple of different things on here that we want to talk about. But firstly, with Peter, he's not had many games, which is a bit of a shame because I do like him as a referee. Now, the thing is early in the second half he gets an advantage, so we've got a great fact that he's reading the game and he can see what happens on here. But coming to the penalty incident, and the fact that we're only talking about this incident, they maybe know of a couple of things, but this is the only incident we're going to talk about because it was the only one really on there. He did okay. He's on here, this is him here, so he's here. He can't see through a body, right?
Correct.
We can't.
Correct.
And it is all about angles refereeing. So for all those who want to turn around and say, oh, but he didn't see it and everything, he didn't see it because the only advice I'd say to him, and it's not for me, I suppose it is for you, is the extra 5 yards. So when you look at somebody more experienced, your Michael Olivers, Martin Atkinsons and stuff, they're going next round. Paul Tierney, Stuart Atwell, extra 5 yards. So if he's running there, he gets a good view of that and he gets that decision. So he shouldn't feel down that he's not spotted that. The bit I've got a problem with was his reaction to not giving it.
Terrible.
It was purely aggression.
Absolutely. I mean, he's forgotten that he's got someone in his ear that's going to tell him that he's got he's made a mistake, and the VAR correctly comes in and says it's a penalty kick, but look at the aggression. You know, in managing players, you have to show them respect, and they will show you respect. This is an overly aggression of a guy who's put himself under a little bit of pressure, because people change when they're facing a big decision and they're unsure, because they're not in a good position to see, and they've guessed it.
Yeah, and Jared's right, because it's Jared Gillett, the Australian referee, who's
top class.
And he's the one who's told him. But on that aggression thing, it's a straightforward, because all the experienced refs are doing it, and he'll learn this, he will learn from this, just to go, well, I'm listening, or whatever it is they're doing nowadays, just to say, I'll let you know.
Pitch side monitor, he has a look, he comes back, he still takes ownership. Jared is still saying, look, it's a penalty kick. But Jared's saying, go to the pitch side monitor and you'll sell it.
And you will sell it, and you'll also feel better about yourself because you know you've had no chance of seeing it. The other one is on here, so I'm going to move this one up here because this is the penalty. And what we've got on here is we've got encroachment by all teams. One of the things is the encroachment within the D, and a lot of people don't realise that the D is part of this. This is the encroachment. So being in there, that is encroachment.
Yeah.
Kicks it, hits the crossbar, it's cleared out. Now, as a plus point, as soon as it hits the bar and it's down, he's on his way. Okay?
Yeah, fine.
But if any of these touch it, then we've got to look at a retake. But now we've got the keeper.
Well, I think the keeper's moved prematurely and he's off the line. And for me, that should have been a retake.
And that should have been a retake purely because that's not, even though he's at the crossbar.
Yes.
Because in the pre-match sort of, if he misses it, shoots it wide, then I'm not ordering a retake. It's his own fault for not scoring it.
That's something that we need to keep in the dressing room and not out here in the public domain.
Right, because on here I think his studs are touching the line.
Yeah, fine. Okay.
Right, okay, we're going to go on to this is Martin Atkinson, Southampton and West Ham, and I'm going to start straight away. I've got the big picture in the middle, big penalty shout. 2 incidents. I personally think both are penalties. I think he absolutely knows what he's doing, and that's a barge and they're knocking him off balance.
Correct.
There's a foul here where he's got hold of his shirt and there's grappling, and we've mentioned grappling.
Yeah, sure.
VAR's John Moss with Martin Atkinson, good friends, that you could turn around to Martin and go, do you know what, pal, you need to go and look at that on the pitch side monitor.
Yeah. But they don't do that.
Why is he not given?
Because if this is John Moss refereeing, John Moss is potentially not going to give it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not just pointing out to that. The fact is that the tolerance level, the threshold level within challenges inside the penalty area is too high.
Right. So if we're looking at the letter of the law, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to move that down there. Because we've also got on here the lovely handball rule strikes again. This is one hell of a goal that now doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Because someone's kicked the ball at someone's arm from inches.
Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day,
it's correct in law.
Well, yeah, and you're talking to me who is against this law change. Because I think that when you start treating a forward and a defender on handball differently, then we're not right.
No.
We're not right. And therefore I think this is confusing the fans who think that now every time there is an accidental handball by a defender, it should be penalised.
Yeah.
Because if it's an accidental handball by the attacker, it is penalised.
And I can tell you, on the parks, the shouts for handball have gone up
I'm
tenfold.
sure.
I can tell you that. I hear it more and more every week. And when you don't give it, they're looking at you gone out.
Well, I've seen that at Penistone Church, so I know that is a fight.
But the beauty of this here, that's actually the screen afterwards showing it to the crowd. And that's a big movement forward, which is really, really good.
Yeah.
I also wanted to on here, so if I just pull that one across here, this is the ball over the line. It was on the line. It was not over. And just to stress to all players, grassroots referees, it's got to be all the way over the line. Yeah. And that was a spot-on decision. This one on here, this is a change. This is a change from Sheffield United Newcastle.
Yeah.
Flag goes up.
Yeah.
Everyone stops except Stuart Atwell, Shelby, and sort of the keeper. I think he's half and half on that one. Yeah. This one, he's got it wrong. The flag goes up.
Yeah.
He's playing everybody on.
And they continue to play.
But the whole lot continue to play.
Yeah.
But why?
I think there's confusion for this guy. I think this job's a really difficult task for an assistant referee. Yeah. And I think we should just follow the European style. Keep the flag down, let play continue, and then we can examine.
Can they intervene? Can UEFA, FIFA intervene now with the Premier League and say this is how you'll do it, or is it a case of no?
I think this is a policy and a principle. How you apply the law is in this instance with the PGMOL.
Okay, it just seems such a shame.
Yeah.
So this particular game on here, so we've got Stuart Atwell. Great appointment, Wolves and Tottenham. Both teams are flying.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho effect and everything.
And the referee's flying.
That is exactly what I'm going to say, because on here, I mean, just for everyone back home to watch it, because this is from an advantage.
Yeah.
He's then got a position here. The ball then changes direction, and he's working so hard to get the angle so he sees it.
Yeah.
What's he changed in his game this season?
I'll tell you, he's getting appointed on a more frequent basis. I think he now feels and should feel that he's an established top-class referee. He's always been fit. He's always really been mobile and gives a lot of thought into his positioning. And he's consistent, because if clubs don't know that this tolerance level on, if you like, foul challenges will be penalised, and he will issue a yellow card. But I think there's a maturity coming into his game now that is great for the PGMOL, because I'm telling you, they need the referees to perform.
They do, and he is definitely one of them. Absolutely. Him and Tierney at the moment are really, really stepping up. And I'm really, really chuffed for Stuart, because I think he's come a long, long way. Since them early days. So, you know, a huge well done for Stuart. I actually probably would say that his was the performance of the weekend, because he had the most to referee.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree.
And I think he did
because
really
there was a period in this game when, if you like, it got a bit naughty. I don't like to say the Mourinho tactics came into play, but the team went 1-0 up, and then all of a sudden you had a series, didn't you, of foul challenges,
fouls, all on the
and they
same
were
player.
tactical fouls, correct? And he recognised it and did the right thing.
No, definitely.
Well done, Stuart.
Huge well done. So that's this week's. Okay, there is 1/10th game. That's Monday Night Football with Craig Pawson. That's on this evening. All I will say to everybody out there, if you've got anything, any opinion different, whatever, feel free to tweet us. Honestly, we're more than happy to hear from the fans, players, coaches out there, and your points of view. So that's thank you from me, Simon Hall.
And thank you from me.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye.